My name is Dr. Endale Getachew, and today I want to lecture on a conflict management course, which is given to first degree program at Gelila Seminary, International Seminary College. And firstly, I want to express myself now. What I have told you, my name is Endale Getachew. I have BEd or Bachelor of Education degree in History as a major, Geography as a minor, and again also I have MA in History from Addis Ababa University, and again also my research area is religious studies, especially history of Protestantism, and again also my PhD program I attended here in Gelila International Seminary, and I graduated in 2019. And in addition also I have a Masters of Business Education or MBA programs. And now I'm working at Ministry of Education as educational expert. And again also for the last 8 years I have been taught or teach secondary school history lesson, civic and ethical education. In addition also, I am now working as an independent consultant in research and in training area, especially in research and especially in training for education, especially for academic general education as well as for the college education. This much is enough as my background. So let us start the course. This course is conflict management, which is given for first degree program or for bachelor or BA degree program students, those who are attending their program at Gelila International Seminary College. The course title is conflict management. Conflict management. Course code MGT 142. That means for 142. And just you have for further information contact me with my email address. Here I put. That means indtoget@gmail.com. The first point, just let us describe about the course or course description. Conflict management is a comprehensive course designed to equip individuals with essential knowledge and skills necessary for effectively managing and resolving conflict in various settings. So this course is very important to equip those of individuals to get essential knowledge and skills in effectively managing and resolving conflicts. So the course begins with the introduction to the concept of conflict, highlighting its underlying cause and implication. Throughout the course, participants or students will delve into different perspectives that explain the origins of conflicts and explore how this perspective can shape our understanding of the differences. When I mean this to conflict, or we mean the conflict, the conflict which outbreak or it starts or set out through by difference. So just this course very important, or it gives knowledge as well as skills to understand the difference, what kind of the difference which is happen among the individual or between the individuals or among the groups. The course also examines the role of personality types in conflict dynamics. This course also examines but explores and emphasizing the importance of self-awareness and understanding the others. Self-awareness, the importance of self-awareness. This is very important issues. You should know the importance of self-awareness. Just knowing yourself is, and again also understanding the others. The way you understand or the way you listen or just grasp the perspective as well as the view of the others is also very important. So this course is very important to grasp such kind of ideas or issues. Participants or students will learn strategies just to identify, understand, manage their own emotion in conflict situation. This course is very important, which give you strategies or helps you to learn the strategy to identify. understand, manage their own emotion in conflict situations. Just once it gives you the strategies. Additionally, this course, conflict management course, emphasizes the development of critical skills such as active listening, effective communication, negotiation, and the problem solving to enable participants to handle and increase their range of response options. This is very important issues. The course emphasizes the development of critical skills. Critical skills very important, such as active listening, effective communication, negotiation, and problem solving. Even in current or in present day, these are critical skills are part of 21st century skills. 21st century skills. Now we are just at 21st century, or this century came to be known as an information age. And again, also among the 21st century skills, one is the critical thinking skills. The other is significant portion of the course of focus on the various approaches to conflict resolution, which is a 4-step model for achieving mutually beneficial resolutions. Lastly, the participant will be guided through 4 steps of identification, analysis, negotiation, and implementation to facilitate effective conflict resolution. This is the main course description. So we have lecture contents. The first part is introduction part of the course. In addition to the course description, the other is we have 7 chapters under this course. That means the first chapter, this is about how the view explain our difference. The first chapter, this is about how the view explains our differences. The second one is the difference in personality types. The differences in personality types. The third one is understand and manage your feelings, or the state of mind, or your emotion, or as well as spirits. The fourth chapter that is about how to develop your skills and increase your choices, which talks about development of skills and increase your choice. The fifth chapter of the course, which discusses 4 steps to resolution. The sixth one, preventing conflict, how to prevent or how to manage the conflict. The last chapter is biblical conflict management. Since this college, it's a Bible-oriented college, so in Bible, biblically, how to manage conflict. So the Bible says what about the conflict management issues. So we try to discuss in chapter 7 about the biblical conflict management issues. The first one is about the introduction part. Under this, the course of conflict management will give you some tried and proven ways to prevent and manage conflict in your life. Okay, this course also it's written for parents, managers, teachers, students, anyone who wishes to manage difference in open and honest way without argument or conflict. So this course is very important course, which is written for parents, managers, teachers, students, anyone who wishes to manage difference in open or honest way without argument or conflict. So this is very important course for any kind of for resolution of any kind of conflict or differences. One issue says, me and the big mouse, no matter who you are or where you live, if you are in contact with other people, words enable you to build bridges and create barriers. Words have the power to heal or wound. Again, also unite and divide, creates conflict and harmony. Words have its own power. The other thing is the cost of conflict. You should understand what kind of cost of conflict. Conflict may result or affect many things individually and organizationally. The first scenario, let us look at a few problem scenarios. The first one is conflict wastes time and money. The first negative effect of conflict or the cost of conflict is what? Conflict wastes time and money. The other Cost to the organization. According to the research, conflict not only has a high personal cost, but it's expensive for your organization. Research indicates that typical manager loses a 25% of day responding to what? Unhelpful conflict. Unhelpful conflict. This time lost to what? Creative, productive, and the work time. The cost of conflict is many. So this only accounts for what? Management time. The true cost will include wasted employee time, higher staff turnover, missed opportunities, absenteeism, inefficiency, low morale, and poor teamwork. This is what's known as the cost of conflict. So this is a negative effect of conflict. The other issue followed the conflict is breaking stalemate, which is communication barriers in different levels. It is a you against me scenario. Just you have read more about these issues or the scenario in chapter 1 from your course book. This book is it teaches about how to make the transformation from what? You against me to us against what? Problem. This is very important issues. Until the end of the course, we have to understand and we have to carefully grasp the content as well as the issue with the perspective of what? You against me. You against me to us against what? The problem. It is about giving what? The reader more behavioral choices, managing differences. This course, it will leave you better equipped to deal with what? Difficult people in your life. So the course is very important. Specifically, this conflict management course, it will show you how to prevent blow-ups. Prevent blow-ups. The other is diffuse anger, build bridges, keep your cool, resolve conflict for what? Good, build better relationships, avoid the pitfalls. So these are very important part or section of this course. And the course helps those of individual teachers, parents, and managers in different ways. Let us start the first chapter. The first chapter of the course says how the view explains our difference. How the view explains our difference. Just look at the two figures in your course. That means the first one is like a triangular, cubic, and the other also a rectangular. Under that, there is a three persons. So, how the view explains our difference. Just our view or our understanding explains our difference. The way we look, which explains our difference or the conflict is. Beware or be careful of expecting others to see what you see. Always, we have to be careful. Our expectation and the other's expectation is different. So, we should be careful of expecting the other to see what you see. We do not expect, or we have to be careful to the expectation of the others when we compare with our expectation. The other is your reality is not totality. This is another way, how the view explains our difference. So your reality or individualist reality is not totality. That means it's not the reality of the others or the general or. So how much can you trust your experience? This is the question. How much can you trust your experience? Your reality is not totality, since I have said. So be careful of expecting the others to see what you see. How the view explains our difference. How the view explains our difference. The first thing is to understand the way you look forward explains the difference of conflicts. So the first thing is just you have to recognize positive intention. Positive intention is very important to get the explanation as well as in order to understand the way or of the difference or the difference among the groups or between the peoples or between the individuals or any others. Conflict often comes from goodwill. The way how the conflict is happen. So conflict often comes from goodwill. People thinking they are doing right, but in fact, getting it wrong. Someone or individually, some people just they consider what they are doing is right for themselves, but for the others, it's not right. It's getting into what? Wrong. Having been round the block 3 times looking for a street, you suggest to your partner that he stops and asks someone, and the device is rejected. The other is intent and impact. We are inclined to draw conclusion about people's intention from what? How their behavior impacts on us. Intention from how their behavior impacts us. I feel hurt, says. Therefore, you intended to hurt me. I feel put down. So your intention was to humiliate me. So in such way, the conflict may arise. So the first thing is you should recognize the positive intention. So positive intention is very important. In the explanation of the view of the difference or conflict. State your positive intention. The first thing I have said, you recognize positive intention. The other is intent and impact. The other is state your positive intention. Okay, this course is very important course, which is given for the first degree program or for first or BA students at Gelila International Seminary and College, which is giving first degree, master's, and the PhD program in different modality, in weekend, in regular, and again also in distance program. This is a higher education program. Okay, let us continue our discussion. The second part of our opinion to understand or explain our opinions that explain the difference of the conflict is state your positive intention. Your positive intention, which is also another way to explain the difference or your positive meanings. Ask yourself if what is your real purpose in what you are about to say or do. What's your language? The other way to explain the difference. Just your opinion towards an explanation of the difference. The other thing was what's your language? What does it mean, these issues? While I experience you as abrasive, to say you are abrasive, as unhelpful and likely to lead to argument, as it's not how you see yourself. The views through your window is, I am quick to act. So this is the way. Language is likely to be confrontational. So in order to explain your difference, just you have to watch your language. Do, say. When just you are watch your language, the first thing is do, say. My view is always just speaking to the others, or in order to understand as well as explain the differences. Just when you are talking, my view is this, like this. My perception is this regarding to this issue. What I experience is this. What I need is my concern are. Just in this way, you have to explain your language. Beware, just be careful. You should. And such kind of words are you have to be careful in such kind of the language as well as the word is. Don't argue with perception. Just, perception with your own attitudes as well as perception, whether just you are judged or negatively or positively. So don't argue the issue is perceptions. The other mechanism issues, the way you have to explain the difference is what? Truth and importance. So it's not whether one view is right and others wrong. So it is that both views matter. So you have to understand this. It is not whether one view is right and another is wrong. Always you have to stand on such kind of way or in such track. It is that both views matters. One view is seldom enough. People who run with the mindset, I am right, will be inclined to see others as the problem and that they should change. Changing someone. Try to change someone rarely results in what? Change. Change is more likely to come from what? Understandings. Just always to bring, or you have interest to bring the change, just change is more likely to come from what? Understanding. Understanding is very important for changes. So wanting to change someone implies there is something wrong with the person, and of course this only leads to what? defensiveness and arguments. Okay, seeking to understand suggests the other person in her view of the world. This is the mindset that creates collaboration and mutual problem solving. So in such way, just you have to changing someone's. Rather than judge the behavior, connect with the needs. This is another way to explain the opinion as well as of the difference, or just how your view or how your opinion that explains the differences of the others. So the first thing is you have to consider, and rather than judge the behavior of the others or the someone, just connect with the needs. What kind of the needs someone have? So in this card, the first thing is blame looks to the past and who was right or wrong. You may wish to keep what? The focus on the future and how the situation can be solved rather than the blame. Avoid making the other person wrong. This is very important thing. Otherwise, avoid it. This one. That means making the other person wrong, which is part of judgments. So rather than judge the behavior, connect with the needs. So avoid making the other persons wrong. So in this way, we have to explain the differences. So how our view explains the difference. So avoid making the other persons wrong. How we can avoid? Just look at the figures, just understanding and the argument sections. The first one of the pyramid, which says about the wants, advice, opinions. In this case, there's a nonsense part and the sense parts. Value, needs, experience, belief, intention, feeling, and the concern. These are very important things to avoid making the other person wrong. Wants to advise, the first thing is values, beliefs, intention, needs, experience, concerns, which is very important things to making other persons wrong or avoid making other persons. Sense and the nonsense. When we argue, we tend to offer our opinion, use shoulds, and give advice. You should be more considerate. The other is slow down. If only you would not be so selfish. So these opinions and advice are like the tip of what? Iceberg of your thinking. Such kind of opinion is very important. And advice are like the tip of iceberg of your thinking. So underneath and unseen will be your experience. So they make total sense to you. When we argue, we are likely to be at the tip of what? Iceberg. Trading in the surface, thinking of opinions and shoulds. Understanding is about exploring the unseen bits of what? Other people iceberg. So their thoughts, feeling, and intentions. It's about exploring information on themselves that they have access to, but they do not to see. Arguing drives people apart. Understanding draws people together. Arguing drives people what? Apart. Understanding draws people together. Here, just you have to understand this one. Very important sentence, what I have read to you. Arguing drives people apart. Whether you're arguing in the negative perception or in the negative way, but understanding draws people together, or that attracts the people, or to discuss, come together, rather than contradict a view you might wish to add to it. This is very important things. So this one is very important lessons, which is part of chapter 1. The next one is in chapter 2. We have to discuss difference in personality or character types. The next chapter is about the differences in personality or character types. When you come to the difference in personality or character type, the first thing is just we have to understand communication styles. So we have so many differences in our personality, in our character types. Even our communication style is different. Accepting the difference. Tolerance means accepting a difference in other courses, especially in democratic systems. Tolerance is a key for the presence of democratic systems. What that means, tolerance, accepting the difference. So the first thing is in personality character means communication style. Even we have so many or different communication styles. So the first thing is, with the communication varies or with communication difference, conflict may happen. Conflict often happen because we are not aware we have different style of communication. So, in effect, that we speak different languages, that may create the difference among the peoples, and that leads to the conflicts. So conflict often happens because we are not aware we have different style of communication. So all of you students, you have to understand we have different kind of communication styles. So just you have to recognize it. So in effect, we speak the different language. Because of that, just the difference may arise. 4 personality types. Just in this chapter, as well as in this course, we have to understand 4 personality types, especially this personality types, which is stated as well as discussed and forwarded by Dr. Carl Jung in 1920s. He studied personality types and described 4 basic styles. Among his personality, the first one, which is what's known as extroversion versus introversion. We have 4 personality types. Just you have to read it, which is your part of reading assignment. Extraversion versus introversion is the first personality type that is stated by a Swiss psychiatrist, Carl Jung. He is developing a theory of personality types. This person, Dr. Jung, developed for the first time a theory of personality. And according to his theory, the first one is about what extroversion versus introversion. And just you have to read further from this course material as well as from this PowerPoint. The second personality type is sensing versus intuition. Sensing versus intuition is also the second personality type according to the theory of personality, which is forwarded by Dr. Jung. The third one is thinking versus feelings. Thinking versus feelings is also the third personality character or types. The fourth one is jogging versus perceiving. These are personality types or character types. So this person or Dr. Jung stated these 4 major personality types in his theory or in his view. So additionally, the Myers-Briggs type indicator is a popular assessment tool that is based on Jung's theory and provides a more detailed understanding of an individual personal theory. Just you have to read the Myers-Briggs type indicators, or MBTI, which is a popular assessment tool that is based on the Jung's theory and provides a more detailed understanding of individual personality. Just you have to use in your you will start your MA program during that first in your MA thesis, whether in psychology. Just you have to use this as an assessment tool. So. For personality type is by case or example, see chapter 2. Just we have so many cases as well as examples. Just you have to read from your course materials about difficult people are usually inflexible people. Difficult people are what? Usually inflexible people. Flexibility is very important to manage the difference or the conflict. So according to the course materials, just you have to go your course in chapters 2, read about go-getter, about the history or story of Mike, carer Sarah, analytical Fiona, socializer Darren. These are very important examples. Okay, it's okay to be different is not okay to dysfunction. Accommodating the style is also another way. So in this lesson or in today's lesson, just we have discussed about the conflict management course, especially the first chapter, which discusses about how the view explains our differences. Beware or be careful of expecting the others to see what you see. And your reality is not totality. How much can you trust your experience? And again, also recognize the positive intent and impact. State your positive intention, watch your language, And again, don't argue with perception. So it is not whether one view is right and another wrong. It is that both views matter and changing someone. And in addition, we have to avoid making the other person wrong. Avoid making the other person wrong is very important in this course, especially in conflict management, as well as in order to manage conflicts and in order to resolve any kind of conflicts in your surroundings. And the difference in personality character, we have 4 personality types, which is stated according to the study of personality type that's described by 4 basic styles. This provides a simple model to understand why people are experiencing it as a different from and difficult for each other. These are, we have 4 personality types. Anyhow, the first thing is just which shows your personality or character types through by what? Communication styles. And accordingly, these 4 styles of personality are known as the Jungian or the Myers-Briggs type indicators, such as extroversion versus introversion. The second one is sensing versus intuition. The third one is thinking versus feeling. The fourth one was jogging versus perceiving. And the Myers-Briggs type indicator is a popular assessment tool that is based on the Jung's theory and provides more detailed understanding of an individual personality types. So you have to read more about the case as well as example of the scenarios which is present in your course material, especially in chapter 2. About go-getter, carer, analytical, socializer, about the Mike, Sarah, Fiona, Jan. So it's okay to be different. It is not okay to dysfunction. So accommodating to the styles, which is a very important part. So this is the end of our first session. And if you have any questions, suggestion, welcome on this class. And have a nice day. Goodbye.